Hello everyone and welcome back to COS, and today we're here with EU3 from Monza, and it is round 7 tonight, and we're starting a bit late because people are already on laps and out laps, so I'm sorry about that, difficulties with OBS and Discord, but Wakanda Forever here is heading on his lap now, I would think. As they're still blinking with the red line.
Yeah, I think first driver out on track is Alex, P13 on the road at the moment, but he'll be first across to. I don't know if he's coming out to finish a lap now or start one. Finish it, I think.
Yeah, it looks like he's about to finish his first lap of the session, and it's gonna be a
20.5.
1:20.5.
Nice, solid start for Alex. Pole time last night from EU4 was a 19.4, so about a second to find. But with track evolution, we should be able to see that time easily beaten.
Definitely, as we already have Iveca with 19.7, setting the pace for everyone else to follow. So, who else is on the lap?
I've got most drivers on the lap at the moment. Championship leader Dan Robbo, he's just started his, going through the first chicane. In a what that car, that's garish. That is unpleasant to look at.
It really is unpleasant to look at, but it's difficult to not notice him as he is blinking with the red light. So he might be on a second out lap. Depends if he is pushing with his ERS. We can.
He's not pushing at all. So I wonder if he's doing, like you say, doing a second out lap, or if he's invalidated early on.
I can easily check. It is not invalid either. So I think he's maybe just going for a second warm-up lap here, trying to get the warm into the tires, as it might be difficult to get temperature for the drivers. Don't know about temperatures on track.
Yeah. Last night we found that 2 out laps in qualifying would have been good, but then you lose a little bit, obviously, of the tyre performance. So you could have an aggressive out lap, you would probably do better. Whether these guys watched last night and sort of caught on with that, I don't know.
But he's still not pushing with the ERS, so
he's using this as a test session.
Yeah.
As is the driver just ahead of him on the road. That's Tichy, and that's his MO for this championship. Spends the first 15 minutes of the session in a sort of a test phase, warm-up phase, and then he'll go and do one flying lap. Let's see. So the drivers we've got in here from last night who raced in EU4, we've got Yeetmex, who is on a lap at the moment, and then we've got Ivica, who's top of the timing sheet. We were supposed to have Milosh as well, but unfortunately he's quite badly cut his thumb, apparently, or cut a finger today, as we see Yeetmex go round.
And he is retired. And that is the mural disconnecting from the car, as he was having a pretty good race last night before he had his unfortunate incident.
Yeah, we've lost Spod as well at the second Lesmo corner. On the exit there, he's going to run a little bit too far wide. Touch the curb with the rear wheel and drops it into the wall.
As Ugo is without a front wing, heading into the pits now.
So he's going to have had a near miss.
I think Wakanda Forever is on a lap. As I think he might have just invalidated.
Yeah, he did. A Scoury.
Very difficult corner. So, it seems like I think Pipe Tech is on a lap. Raced with him last year. He's pretty decent. He's very consistent.
Yeah, he's a nice guy as well, isn't he? He's always there, sort of keeping everybody in line, keeping everybody happy.
Yeah,
he's a constant figure.
He definitely is, as he has a bit of a wobble on the exit there of the chicane, as he's heading into the Lisbeth now. Very different corners these to get the correct speed, especially with as there's a wheel on track. So heading down into Ascari now. Very difficult corner. You have to cut a lot of the inside as we have a bit of a bad broadcast through here, but seems to be doing that alright.
Solid line through Ascari. Missed the first apex, but that's not necessarily going to cost him too much time. Was able to keep off the curbs for the second and third, so he's not going to lose the rear end there. To the Parabolica, or as it's now the Alboreto corner, and across the line, 20.5 for Pipe Tech, puts him P10.
Looks like he had a bit of a wobble into Parabolica or Alboreto, as it is called now. He had, I think he touched the grass a bit on the entry there, so he might have lost it a bit on the braking. So
well spotted, yes. Very well have done.
Tonke is on a lap now, going on a fly, heading through the first turns now, turn 1 and 2, and then heading through the big turn 3 now, which is a big right-hander. It's fully flat, as you're gonna end the first sector now, as he is up on his time by almost a tenth. So, Pipe Tech retired. I don't know
That's
where that is.
Lesbo 2.
Yeah, we saw a crash there last night as well.
Yeah.
As Tonke is heading through, as there's now 2 tires on track. So Tonke is gonna head down to Ascari now. Very difficult corner, as mentioned before. You really have to cut the corner, as it looks like he's doing it really well here. Pushing the limits of the car, keeping it within the white lines. So heading through the last corner now. Big right-hander. Have to really push the limits of the rear grip, as you're gonna go up to the line now, and it's gonna be at 19.6.
Oh, nice. Puts him on provisional pole. Wakanda forever. Cuts the inside there. Would have been a 20.0. Cut across the inside of the start finish line to almost deliberately invalidate, which...
Yeah, I don't know why he would do that, but
no, I'm not sure on that one.
Titsi is on a lap now. No, he's still not pushing with the tires here. Still not pushing with the airs either. But up on his time. So.
Yeah, I mean, with Monza being such an old and historic circuit, you often find. I think this is what's true for the first Lesmo and then the Parabolica. You've got to turn in it almost earlier than you expect because of how the track cambers away, sort of falls off towards the edge of the circuit.
Yeah, as Will sets the provisional pole lap with a 19.5.
Excellent stuff. Well done from him. So looking at the championship standings at the moment then, Dan Robbo leads for Mercedes with 94 points. Second place is Charlie, 47 points. So Dan already with a massive lead. 6 rounds into the season. This is round 7. And then we've got 0.01 in third place with 40 points. Constructor standings, Mercedes out front, 124, Alpine in second with 84, and McLaren in third with 77.
So it's definitely spicy in the constructors, as Stan is just running away with the championship in the drivers. So
the thing is, it's not necessarily because he's just miles quicker than everybody, it's because he's finishing races. A lot of the guys who would challenge him tend to get caught in incidents or DNFs, and then he just walks away with the points. We might see a bit of a comeback.
That is definitely a way to secure championships, as I know people who do that.
Yeah. We've got the master of it in this tier, actually, Two-Spell Wizard. His perfect race would be to finish P4 and then win on penalties. That's what he'd normally do.
It is a good idea to just keep clean, as it is quite easy to run a bit wide or cut Ascari a bit too much in the race.
Yeah, and of course the chicanes as well. You can run a little bit wide on the exit of the second Lesmo, over the first Lesmo if you're pushing really hard. It's just about keeping it in the white lines.
Definitely. As Nelby is running up to the line now. It's going to be at 19.8.
Yeah.
Decent
And
lap.
then Dan's coming around to start one. Let's ride on board. I'll ride on board, rather. I forgot I wasn't streaming then. I'm used to streaming. I said, right, let's ride on board. No.
Nah, I took that job from you.
Hey, you're the one with the PC, man. You crack on.
That is true.
Through the Keva Grande now. Coming up towards split number 1. That's a 26.3 for the first split.
Heading into Lismo 1 now. It's really difficult to get into the apex stairs. It is, you have to turn in quite early to get the car rotated.
Yeah, the track falls away. It appears to be on camber, but the lack of grip on the inside means you actually end up drifting out onto the off camber section.
Yeah, as he's heading through Ascari now. It looks to be a decent lap from Dan here, as he doesn't seem to try and push the limits too much, just try and get a banker lap in.
Yeah, and he's got time, of course, just under 4 minutes remaining to get himself back round into the pits and actually head out again for a lap where he really pushes it. So it goes across the line. He says he's not pushing it. 19.3 for the championship leader. Takes provisional pole.
As I think we missed Sturl going into P4 with a 19.7. It's really close up here, beside from Dan, now being 2 tenths clear.
Yeah. Who else am I looking out for? Tichy I'm going to look out for when he comes out of the pitch. That'll be his one flying lap attempt. Wakanda Forever as well. He's had a bit of a test session, so he's going to want to be putting some laps on the board.
Definitely. As Ivica just went P4 with a minor improvement by 40 milliseconds or something like that. So
right.
No time for him to get back into the pits, I think, and get out again.
It'll be close. He might just do it.
It's going to be very tight.
Yeah. Uga's on a lap at the moment, coming up towards the first split. 26.7, so he's 3.5, 4 tenths down on Dan's time, and it's not a great chicane for him.
Looks to be struggling a bit with the front end, as it is quite tricky with the low wings you're gonna run here in Monza. And almost losing the rear as well through this mode too.
Yeah, that car does not look happy. Straight to Ascari now.
So
that's in the pits from Two Spell. He's happy with his race. Well, with his qualifying rather, his starting position. 19.8 on the board for him. And if I know Two Spell, and unfortunately, in a racing sense, I have to say I do.
So Berger invalidated that lap.
Yeah, he did the same as Wakanda and cut right to the left-hand side of the track.
Yes, he's cutting through now.
Oh dear. It's a naughty boy. There'll be a penalty coming his way. Unless he's got a good reason for it.
As Tonka is absolutely sending it through Ascari. Looks to be up on his time. Just a tiny bit.
Yeah, 300ths of a second. 0.03 seconds at the second split. But it's invalid.
Yeah, he's
back into the pit lane. He won't get time out to come out again, so that's it for him.
And Dan is out of the pits, but I don't think that's enough time to get around.
It will be if he pushes. Tichy's just starting a lap now. He's going to have one run at it.
He's been slowly getting up to grips with the circuit, I think. He's trying to get there.
Red Panda has gone at Lesmo 2. Lap's looking tidy from Titch. He'll be looking to try and match 2 spell. That's his teammate regularly for Haas.
Looks really nice and stable for this 2 as well. Really, really clean lap here from Tits. As he is 8 tenths up. As he is staying quite within the white lines through Ascari. Looks like a really clean lap.
Yeah, we're going for the banker. Dan didn't quite make it. Good call. Only just missed out on that. Titchy now through the parabolica. Drives for the line. It's a great lap from Titch. Goes P3, 19.5.
As Bill is coming up to the line now through parabolica, he goes, and that's gonna be. Looks like a good parabolica. He's gonna stay quite to the. Oh, and
improves. It's not enough for pole.
As we have, who else do we have on a lap?
Alex is down on his time, and he's the only one out there on track. So that's going to be it then. Dan Robber will take pole position.
As Stormy almost took that pole position with that lap, as he went unnoticed throughout the whole session.
19.3 as well for, what's that, 45 thousandths slower.
Yeah, about that. Really, really close up here in the front. It's a lap where a minor mistake will cost you quite a lot of time. So when one mistake and your lap is gone.
Yeah, because you spend over 80% of the lap here at full throttle, so any time off that, and you're really going to start to suffer.
Yeah, especially with traction out of turn 1 and 2. It's really important.
So we're expecting, while we're waiting for Alex to go back into the pits, we're going to expect a one-stop race, medium to hard or hard to mediums for the majority of the field. Someone might try a soft tyre.
So Dan taking pole.
119.324. His first pole of the season, I believe. I might be wrong, might have got one before, but I'm pretty sure. Domi in second and Will in third on his COS debut. Great qualifying for him, only a 10th off pole position. Tichy in fourth, with one of his best qualifyings for a long, long time. Tonka in fifth, Ivica in sixth, STLR seventh, Alex eighth, Jack King in ninth, and Two Spell rounding out the top 10. And we've got Red Panda or Kaganes Frakazi, Pike Tech, Wakanda Forever, Charlie, Yeetmex, Uga, and Spud. The final 5 drivers there not having set a time.
Yeah, it's just Yeetmac losing it out of Ascari, I think it was. Really struggling with the car, I think.
Yeah, he was. He was on his first push lap, so not quite got himself warmed up properly, or the tyres up to temperature. Back end stepped out, and the rest is history.
So, waiting for the drivers, as I think we got no formation lapping, because I can't remember.
No, we're back on formation laps this season, so we will be able to have a look at everyone's tyre choices, see where they all decide they want to get that pace, if it's early on in the race, later on.
Yeah,
They're going for a one-stop or maybe even a 2. Safety cars, I think we're guaranteed a few. If last night's anything to go by, we're going to get some accidents at Lesmo 2, at Ascari. Hopefully not one at the Parabolica like we saw last night.
so let me get the tires up. And so Dan, Dummy, and Will starting on the medium tires. We have Titsy on the soft tires, trying something different to the guys ahead.
Both Haas drivers, actually, both Tichy and Two-Spell going for the softs.
Might work out if there's an early safety car.
Yeah.
getting that track position might be key later on in the stages of the race, as we have Iveca on the hard tires. Only guy in the top 10 on the hard tires, trying to go long, as you would assume.
Yep.
As the medium tire is definitely the race tire to be on, from experience myself.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Ivica did this last night as well, and he went long, and it did pay off for him. He ended up getting back up into the battle for the win, actually, towards the end of the race, but there was a lot of safety cars, so
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see how just how well it works if we don't have as many stoppages. Just running through the field at the moment, looking for drivers that are under-fueled. There's not many, which surprises me somewhat. I mean, we've got Spod, Uga, Red Panda, Two Spell and Tichy. Everybody else is either matching the required fuel amount or is actually over-fueled. And Dan has pieced out at the front of the field here. He's back on the grid already. We've got a big gap behind to Will. On his debut, may be forgiven for not knowing the role of 10 car lengths.
Yeah, but I don't think you lose tire temps as you're on the grid, so I think they are right in front. So, Tomcat disqualified.
Pushed right back in the grid box.
So, we are gonna have a very bad and it's gonna be about 5 lights out, and away we go for Monza, and Dan gets a really good start here as Tommy is settling in behind as we are too wide into turn 1, and someone goes deep, and that is gonna be Will, and that's gonna be a front wing, and Will is
saw him, he was almost sideways. He was almost sideways as he made contact with all the drivers there. End plate has gone off his car. We've got Fracasi as well, who's stopped on track at turn 1.
Yeah, I think he has a bug. I don't know what it is, as we are having a side-by-side with Iveca and Jack here, and that is going to be Iveca ahead as he is falling a bit down the field here on the hard tires. You would assume that the hard tires are going to be slow, so nothing too bad as he gets disqualified.
Yeah, wasn't moving, sat on the exit of the corner in the gravel trap. Whatever problem it was, I hope he can fix it, but he's going to be out of tonight's race.
That is very unfortunate, as it is really difficult, as I think my intervals are a bit they're having a moment.
Yeah, they should reset once everyone crosses the start and finish line. We've got Dan Robbo out in front, nearly 2 seconds clear of Domi in second place. Tichy up to third now with the well, we've got an overtake on Tonka at the start, and of course with Will having that accident at turn 1. 3 drivers in the pits. That's Yeetmax, Charlie and Will.
Yeah, Will is gonna get that front wing changed. It's gonna be very sad for him, as the midfield is really close here. You have Dan in the lead, and then but P5 is almost a train, as Sturl has a bit of a touch with Alex ahead, but seems to be great on ERS here.
He's got 2 spell all over his gearbox though. As the Wizard looks to try and make some headway on those soft tyres, but he needs to be careful. He needs to make a move quickly, but he doesn't want to give himself too much trouble with Ivica behind, whose tyres are going to be starting to get up to temperature now.
Yeah, it looks to be looks like people on softs will go for the medium tires, as my gaps now reset, as we have Still trying to get up the inside of Alex here, as that's gonna be quite a clean move ahead into turn 1 and 2. So decent move there. They're just gonna settle in for the race here, I think, as Alex has a bit of a twitch on the exit.
Yeah, but he's going to try and get that place back, isn't he? Look, he's got the better straight line speed. Not quite going to be close enough to dive down the inside, or he's going to go for it anyway. Door was left open. And two spelt there to capitalise, straight up the inside. And STLR losing out to Evita as well.
Yeah, that minor mistake there, leaving the door open on the inside, will cost you if you run wide afterwards, as Alex is now gonna be hunted down by the wizard here. Going into the Scoury, it's gonna be very clean and respectful between the two drivers.
As is going to look to try and pull away.
So Tonka getting ahead of Titsi and will now try a move on Domi, as there is DRS and it's gonna be a straightforward move into turn 1.
Should be. Will Tichy make it through as well? That's the question. He's going to try and follow Tonka through. Gets squeezed by Domi. All fair though. Has to settle for P4 for now. T-Spell's starting to close that gap as well. He's going to drag the rest of them with him, unless he can break DRS.
Yeah, as Alex is being attacked from behind here, as we have Jack trying a move, maybe trying 2 moves into the chicane here, getting a push right a bit by Alex, and that's now gonna be too wide into Lesmo between Urger and Ivica, and
you see Tichy there straight past Dom, and that was almost too easy for Titch there. Don't know if Dom's got a problem or if he was just letting him go, but flew by.
Yeah, Titchy trying to get it within that DRS now of Tonga up ahead, as we have a retirement and
safety car is out.
that is gonna be still into the barrier with Red Panda, and he's gonna have to pit now with
Race leader Dan is into the pits.
So Titchy staying out on the soft tires. Might be a good call.
Tichy here. Tichy has played an absolute blinder here, because I'll tell you for why. Once I can just double check I'm right. As long as he stays within Delta, everybody is being allowed to pass the safety car because he is the race leader de facto. So it means everyone who's stayed out is essentially going to stay on the lead lap. Tichy's done that so that he can pit later, saves a lap on his tyres that will be behind the safety car.
Is smart.
Yeah, what I think he would have been hoping for is that someone else would have stayed with him, so that potentially they could have pulled the safety car out and everyone would have got stuck behind it.
Yeah, definitely.
But he would need physics-defying competitors for that to happen.
Yeah.
Either way, he's going to have a free pit stop still, so he should, depending on how fast he's been able to complete this lap and how he's been able to keep to the Delta, he might actually come out ahead of Dan at Tonka and Domi, who he was battling with.
Yeah, but he's gonna stay out.
Staying out again?
He might as well just hurts his race even more, getting a drive-through, but I think he might know that there's gonna be a safety car more in this race, so he's just gonna save the set of tires and just go on with the softs. They might not be too bad yet.
True. His teammate Two-Spell's been in and pitted for the hard, so we'll be getting some information from him. I I think the one I'm very surprised at pitting is Dan, who was the race leader and pole sitter as well. I mean, he's going to be in P8 when we restart. We know he's got the pace to be able to carve through the field, but it's whether or not he can do that without getting caught up in anything silly. All the drivers ahead of him were further back in the pack. Not to say that they're going to cause an incident, but they're going to be much closer together, as we saw in qualifying, in terms of pace. So they're going to be fighting. When there's fighting, we get incidents. So
yeah, and it's gonna be very difficult for Dan, I think.
yeah.
If people are gonna go too wide up ahead, because there's not enough space for you to just slip in between. Yeah, I have to hope that they're gonna stay clean and you might be able to capitalize on the exit.
So it's the one good thing that the guys who pitted onto the hard tyres have now got is that if there is a late safety car, or if there is a safety car at an inopportune moment for them, then they will be able to go to the mediums, whereas the other guys ahead will have to go to the slower hard tyre or try and risk the soft, which might wear out before we get to the end of the race.
Yeah.
Safety car coming in.
Safety car in already, as not everyone has catched up. That is new, as he is already going and he has got such a big gap to Vika behind, as Vika is going to be attacked by Ugo here. Going into turn 1, it's going to be side by side. And it's side by side behind him as well by Jack and Alex. But
yeah, and Dan going for the double move. He's got one on Wakanda. He was looking for another on Pipe Tech as well. Couldn't quite make that stick, but he's going to try. He's going to have to try and hold off Wakanda through the Curva Grande.
yeah, trying to secure that P7 for now, as Alex, as there's an incident, and that is gonna be, I think it was Iveca being pushed, and that's gonna be Jack into P2 now, ahead of Alex.
Yeah, and
As Pipe Tick is going for a move now on Urger.
And Dan as well can go up the inside of Pipe Tech. Can he make that one stick? Yes, he can.
And we have a front wing flying, and that is from Ivica, who touches the rear of Pipe Tech, and Dan now going for a move again.
Yeah, Uga's got no front wing end plate, so I wonder if that's what caused Ivica to head off at the De La Roggia, the second chicane.
Yeah, it might be.
And speed in the pits as well, just to compound the error. So Dan then in a bit of no man's land at the moment, 1.7 ahead, 1.3 behind. His teammate has managed to fight through. Spud from nowhere ends up on the grass though. We've got a car spinning, there's carbon fibre everywhere.
That's gonna be a safety car again, and that is gonna be 5-second penalty for Newbie, as he has touched someone. I don't know.
Yeah, collision with Spud. Good thing for 2 spell, he doesn't have to stop again. So if he's able to get to the end on that set of tyres, he'll be able to appeal the 5 seconds, but it's whether or not it's worth it for him. Tichy now will get a free stop if he wants to make it, which I think he will now. Depending on how his tyres are looking, but what I was going to say, Spud from the back of the pack, having made a pit stop as well under the last safety car, managed to get himself up to 5th briefly, but was forced wide, or ran wide at the first chicane on the exit, and ended up sort of collecting 4 or 5 cars. So we might have a fair few with damage that we will see pitting.
Yeah, Pipe Tech definitely going into the pits with no front wing on the car. And we have quite a few people in the pits.
Yeah, all those that didn't pit before are now into the pits. It'll be for a combination of hard, well, I think it'd be hard tyres for everybody. Spud is in for a wing change as well, and a set of hard
going on a
tyres.
soft tyres again.
He's anticipating another safety car later on. Bold from Titch. We like bold.
He will try something different compared to everyone else, and we will see if it works out. The soft tires will be significantly better than the hards, so he might make up moves quick and gain a bit, and then we might see another safety car. We don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if we see a safety car from around lap 15 onwards, they're all going to pit. It just depends for what tyre. Of course, everyone might go onto the mediums from there, or, well, Titch will have to go to the mediums or the hards, but either way, he might give himself a really good opportunity now, if we do get another safety car, to essentially leapfrog the drivers in front by being on the soft tyre and making that move on track rather than trying to do it strategically in the pit lane.
Yeah, sometimes it's not about being the fastest, it's just about being the smartest one with the strategy.
Yep. Of course, there's always the possibility of rain later in the race as well. We don't know if that's coming or not.
It looks to be quite a bit cloudy, so
yeah,
it could happen, but I don't think so. It would
keep
spice
a
up the
weather eye
race.
out. It would make it very interesting, wouldn't it?
Especially last lap rain. So everyone is gonna form up behind the safety car queue now. As we have a bit of a gap between Tonga and Dan. I don't know what that is for. Quite a big gap between the two of them.
Might just be for some tyre warm-up. You never know. I mean, Tonga's closing back up now, so he might have just wanted to give a couple of burnouts there, not want to go into the back of down.
That is a possibility, as Charlie and Bro is in the pits. Charlie going on to the medium size, it looks like. And what about
Will the same?
Yeah. Medium tires will go to the end from here. They will be used, but they will definitely go to the end if you just save the tires a bit under the safety car. So they need to catch up now, because I think the safety car might go in this lap.
I think you could be right on that one. They should both have caught up by the end of this lap, though, and their tyres will be nice and warm as well, because they'll be able to push on this outlap, which is important. They'll be able to make up some ground early on if they're able to get those tyres into the window. I'm going to ride on board with Tichy at the restart, just to see how he gets on.
Yeah.
So I'm anticipating some swift progress forward.
But Stirl is on the soft tires as well. I did not notice that, but that is 5 lap old tires, so it's gonna be quite a significant advantage from Tichy, as the safety car is not in yet. So going one more lap, and I think that might hurt his strategy a bit. Stirl is going into the pits now. Might put on medium tires.
See, that to me is just, he's wasted that whole safety car period. He's gone for the hard tyre.
Yeah, I would have gone for the mediums personally, but
he needed to stay out. Either pit on the first lap, the safety car was out, because he was in a position where he could have pitted as it came out and not lose too many positions. Instead, he's waited until the very, very end, and he's gone from 4th to last.
Yeah, trying to fight back through the field, I think, with the fresh tires. Trying to get some excitement, maybe?
Well, it'd be nice for us.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt.
See him. I'm struggling to see the logic of it, that's all. I mean, and like you say, why would he not go for the mediums? Unless he's not got a set. Let me have a look.
He might have used tires though, so that's the thing. We don't know. I can't remember if he went on those mediums in quali. Some people do that. But
yeah, I don't think he went mediums in quali, but I think it depends if he went for the softer tyre allocation. If he's only got one set of mediums available.
Yeah, but safety car's in.
So,
And
yeah.
Dan is in the lead again, the pole sitter.
He is in control of the race at the restart. Because Stevie Tichy got 3 drivers on hard tyres ahead of him.
On old hard tyres as well. So those fresh subs will be very nice and will be very fast as well.
Okay, Dan very slow at this early stage of the restart, which means I would say he's going to go fairly early. Safety car going around the final corner and into the pit lane now. Dan is in control of the pace.
As he is going really slow, as we have a bit of a snail train here with the way people are driving from right to left to keep tire warmth in the tires, as it is really slow under the safety car here.
The thing, crucially for Dan though, he's kept it consistent, and that's the only rule he needs to think about.
Definitely, as
he chooses to go.
As he is gonna still go right to left and left to right. So waiting for the restart here from Dan.
Very late.
As he's gonna go now. And quite a big gap, as Titsi is also lost a bit on that. So heading into turn 1, it is gonna be a fight in the midfield. It is gonna be Yeetmek and Wakanda forever, as Wakanda is on soft tires, so he will have a significant advantage as he's trying to make a move on Jack King as well. So
here on the inside of the Curva Grande, side by side heading towards the Della Roggia.
Yeah, that is gonna be
inside.
quite an
It's
easy
move.
As Heat is gonna try and follow Wakanda through here, as he is gonna line back in just before Decimal 2. So Jack is on the attack here in the midfield, as Wakanda is trying to catch up to the group ahead.
Yeah, Tichy's been making his way through into 3rd place now past 2 spell. I would imagine that was a fairly easy move. And we have a virtual safety car, as Will has lost it at Ascari. There's no front wing left on his car.
Will not being very lucky.
No, great qualifying, but the race has not gone his way at all.
Very unfortunate, but it is what it is. Sometimes you are lucky, as we have people in the pits. That is going to be Pipe Tick and Dummy. Dummy in the pits, yeah, he has some damage he has to get fixed, so unfortunate, as he was really fast in quali.
Pipe Tech there looking to get rid of a 5-second penalty, which he now has done. Will is in, new front wing on, and he heads on his way.
Yeah, that Ferrari is very unlucky. Seems to be a curse around Monza for this guy. So virtual safety car should be ending soon, as Will gets a drive-through. So I have jinxed him even more with his luck.
Welcome to the just at the end as well. You know what he's been doing there. He's seen the safety car ending, he's pushed out of the pits to try and maximise his time. A spud there through Ascari. He's a little wide on the exit, gets himself a 3rd warning, which means 3-second time penalty.
Definitely, as Titsi looks to be right on the back of Tonka now. So Tonka has lost quite a big amount of time under the virtual to Dan up ahead. So trying to fight back here into turn 1, but he's gonna give it up, as the soft tires of Titsi's car will be significantly faster.
Wakanda forced to go straight on. Picks up a warning for corner cut in there, which I think, given his pace through the corner, through the bollards that were previously taken out, might be justified. He can appeal it, of course. Let's see what happens with Stewart's. He's able to hold off Jack King, though. Maintains 6th place. Alex ahead is his next target.
Yeah, and Alex on the rear of 2-spell Versa here. 2-spell with the penalty on his name, and that is gonna be a move into a Scoury from Alex, and he's gonna be ahead before the braking zone, and he's gonna be up into P4 now.
Yeah. 2-spell's penalty, of course, is debatable. It was with Spod spinning back across the track, and the contact ensued there. He might be able to get that removed. I know that that's probably what he's going to try and do and go the distance.
Yeah, that is the thing.
Yeah. I don't know if he's going to be able to do that, or if it's going to be the most tactically astute decision to do that. He might be able to get it served and come out of the pits again. He's going to go for a late dive here on Alex.
Alex has to cut the track, and that is going to be almost a crash there.
Yeah, it was Wakanda and 2-spell either side of Alex. Didn't really have anywhere to go.
So Wakanda up into P4 now. Oh, yeah. And I don't know what has happened here, but Vika is...
There's some bookie voodoo going on.
Who has cursed the lobby? I do not know. But Wakanda is up 10 places this race so far.
Good job
Quite a big
Wakanda. The only thing, he's going to have to stop again. He's ahead of Tonka now. Charging towards the front of the pack, but he's going to have to stop again. Those tyres will not make it to the end from here.
They will definitely not make it to the end. But Titsi has almost caught up to that now. With that big gap that was before. And Tonka is falling away from Wakanda as I think...
See a move from Charlie on Yeetmax now. Easily alongside through the Parabolica. And with both cars having DRS, so Charlie getting ahead. Both burning ERS to try and get the advantage.
But the inside is key. And Yeetmax cutting across.
Yeah, he's going to have to give that place back.
Yeah.
Which he does.
So might be able to get that penalty removed. I do not know.
Maybe just a warning. But it depends if it was for multiple track limit infringements or if it was just a straight 3 seconds. Either way, Tichy not quite within that 1 second window. And Wakanda!
Ooh, and that is a big crash, and that's gonna be a safety car, as we said earlier on. And the guys will either pit for softs now or the mediums. And I would assume the mediums will be faster in the long run.
Yeah, I think everybody now who has a set of mediums available who can go on to them should stop for a set of mediums. I know Dan will be considering it. Tichy should definitely do it.
Yeah, Tichy really driving well here today.
Yeah, Tichy playing the tactical game. And Dan, coming in, as is Tichy. And I believe the whole field.
Behind. And Alex is there. No, who is that? That is Jack staying out.
Jack King.
On the
Bold
hard tires.
move.
And Uga staying out as well.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's a drive-through.
Uga's wasted his tactical move there. Dan is out. Tichy in second place. Tonka with him. Then Alex. Spod has managed to get himself up the field there in the pits. Charlie 8th, 2-spell down to 9th after his 5 seconds have now been served. So he's clear now straight to the finish. Yeetmax drops to P10. A lot of guys gone for the soft tyre. Tonka on the soft, Spod soft, Charlie, 2-spell, Yeetmax, Pipe Tech, Dommy and Will all on the soft tyre. Mediums bolted onto Dan, Tichy, Alex, STLR and Ivica.
Yeah, the soft tires will definitely be faster at the start, but they will drop off quite a lot later on in the race, as they don't last that long, and 10 laps on the soft tires will be a very long time.
Yeah, I mean, if we get another safety car, it could throw everything up on its head again. But I think these are going to be the tyres everyone stays on now to the end of the race.
Yeah, I think we have used up every safety car for now, but if we look at Spot here...
He said it. He said it now. He said it. I think we're going to get another one now, just because you've said that.
I don't know. I hope not. It's been a safety car race so far, but some good overtaking, and Spot had really been unnoticed here. Up 11 places, as I think he crashed in quali. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he did. He started 18th. He started dead last, and he's managed to make his way up through the field. Ivic is back in the pit lane now. Is he going to go for a set of softs?
There will be soft tires for the Alpine. I think he's an Alpine. No, he's a reserve, is he not?
He's a reserve, yeah, but he races for Alpine normally, so...
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think he's got the Alpine livery on as well, hasn't he? The reverse pink thing.
Yeah. It's a great livery.
Yeah.
Reminds me of, what's it called? Force India.
Force India, yeah, and the old Racing Points.
Yeah. Quite a clean car, that is. But Hugo is gotta be under a lot of pressure from behind with Dan and Teddy, as he also got that drive through to
so essentially as soon as the safety car comes in, he's going to peel into the pits. I don't see any point to him staying out.
There is no point in staying out.
Unless...
just lose time.
Yeah, because he's an Aston Martin driver. Jack King, I know, is an he's an Alfa Romeo driver, rather. Jack King, I know, is an Aston Martin driver. So they're not going to be working together.
Definitely not. But Dan has been very clean throughout the entire race. As he was down in P8, I think, at some point, and got up into P4 by the end of the lap. But we need to wait for Will again, as he set the back again, with his trouble this race. Had a really great quali.
He did, yeah, really good qualifying. Got himself onto the second row, I think, wasn't it? P3 he qualified. And he's unfortunately been at the back for the whole of the race after that early incident at turn 1. Just looking through the penalties then for the rest of the field. Obviously we've got Uga on that drive-through, which has pretty much ruined his race, barring another full safety car. Everybody else who has a penalty, so that's Alex, Spod, Charlie, Yeetmex, Dommy and Will, all have 3 seconds worth of penalties. Everybody else is either clear or has served whatever penalties they had.
Yeah, Tuspel really losing out a bit with the safety car here, as he had just had a 5-second penalty.
Yeah, so no chance to get it removed, but with it not being there, it does mean the 3 drivers directly ahead of him, he stands to just gain from regardless. It doesn't matter how the race finishes.
Yeah, definitely. If he still keeps it clean, he will gain a lot of positions by the penalties. Don't know if some of the drivers up ahead are on the final warning as well. So could definitely
I shall check for you.
But safety car go in now. And Jack King will lead the pack. And he's gonna go a bit faster than Dan did. So, safety car is heading through Parabolica, or Albaretto as it is called. Peeling into the pits now. So, Jack King is gonna be on the restart here on the old hard tires, as everyone else behind him is gonna be on fresh rubber. It's gonna be a very difficult race for Jack, as he is going now, and Uga staying out with that driver penalty, as Alex is just behind Tonka here on the restart, and he's gonna try a move here into turn 1. It's gonna be side by side, and he's gonna try brake late, but he's gonna have a spot on the inside who is gonna try and get ahead.
Oh, Dan said there's been an issue there with Uga, Dan and Titch.
Ooh.
Dan ended up on the grass on the exit of turn 2. I don't know if it was to avoid Uga or if there was an issue there. He's
But
through
Uga
now. Oh, there's
sending it, and
contact!
that is gonna be Dan around, and that is a big incident behind.
Yeah, a lot of cars in that. Both Mercedes drivers there together.
Wow.
Uga in there as well, and I think that was him that tagged the back of Dan, who was on for the race win. Is now looking at P11.
With damage as well.
Yeah. Quite tech. Picking up 5 seconds for ignoring yellow flags. That one I'm sure he can get appealed and taken away.
Definitely.
So,
but Sturl is without a front wing and going to let everyone past.
So Dan back in the points now. He does stand to gain some places on penalties if he can get himself ahead of Yeatmex and Ivica, which he should be able to do by the end of the race. Alex has a virtual safety car.
That is going to save Dan a bit.
Yeah, a lot of drivers pitting now. Fresh set of soft tyres available for many of them.
Yeah, and that is
both Mercedes are in.
Because of damage for everyone is enough. Yeah.
Yeah, Uga's retired because he had his drive-through that he hadn't served. Full safety car is out.
And I have jinxed it again. But Jack King stays in the lead. I'm very surprised about that. The fact he was able to just peel ahead.
We had the issue on the exit of the first chicane with Dan and Uga.
Yeah, definitely.
And then Tichy got caught up in that as well, and I think that allowed Jack just to build enough of a gap to be able to keep himself at the front. It's whether or not he stops now, that's the key question. He's got the buffer in with Tichy, but he's on medium tyres.
Yeah, and Tichy will be very fast as well. And Charlie has gained quite a lot of positions, has he not? 12 positions
from where he started and where he's been most of the race, he has. He's also second in the championship, so with Dan dropping down P10, he stands to make up a lot of ground.
But he does have that 3-second penalty to worry about, as Jack is in the pits and he's gonna get a 5-second penalty.
Oh, that's gonna cost him.
It's definitely not gonna be what he wanted today. And he's gonna get a... Is it a front wing change? No, I was mistaken. That was for Charlie. So Charlie in the pits, heading out now. On soft tires.
Yeah, everybody on soft tires now, apart from Tichy. But he's had to take that gamble.
This soft tire, no, the medium tires will still be very fast, as there's not that big of a difference between the two sets.
No,
I think it's about 3-4 tenths.
Yeah, I mean he's got Domi and Pipetech behind him, who are, Domi qualified very well, as did Will. He's there as well. Those guys are on scrubbed soft tires, so they'll be a little bit slower. They might be able to act as a bit of a buffer for Titch, potentially. We'll see how it plays out. I'll be honest, with all the penalties there as well, I think Titch he's the favourite right now. Then you've got Tonka.
Tonka has been doing quite decent the entire race. He was in the top 3 quite a lot, if I remember correctly. And he seems to be gaining a lot on those penalties, as he will go from P7 up into P2
Yeah.
just on penalties alone.
Yeah, and I mean we're saying this, but down in P10 he's still in with a shout here. I mean the penalties ahead of him. We've got a couple of 5 seconds, and the rest are all 3 seconds. Depending on how close the field stays after the safety car comes in, it's going to be a 4-lap sprint to the finish. He might still have a chance at a podium here.
Yeah, you cannot count.
It should have been.
out.
He should have been in the fight for the win, but yeah.
Yeah, very unfortunate incident. I don't think Uga meant to send it that hard into the corner, but mistakes happen when you're racing that close, and that's just the way of the game. Sometimes you're gonna be involved in an incident. So everyone is catching up now. Two Spell is last, unfortunately now, after that incident in the second chicane. I cannot remember what it is called.
Which one? The second?
Yeah, second chicane.
De La Rogia.
Yeah. So that was a big incident. I think we had 6 cars getting damaged in that one incident alone, and I think he was sadly just a passenger in such a case. But safety car will be in this lap, I think, as he is now catching up. So
safety car coming in,
and Domi almost getting a tap in the rear from Pipe Tech here. But Will has been just clean after his incident in lap 1. But very unlucky with drive-throughs. Of course, that's down to the driver itself, but just about a little millisecond and you get a drive-through, which is very unfortunate.
I mean, he's shown the pace he's got and the promise from his debut. It's just not gone his way so far, but you never know. Still chance for it all to turn on its head. We'll have a 4-lap sprint to the finish. Tichy leading the way out of the safety car. Restart.
Yeah.
Still holding the pack for now.
First time he's in the lead today. He has been driving really well as he has gone, and I have gotten a really bad angle. But it is 3 wide down with Will and Jack and Charlie, and Charlie's gonna be on the inside of Phil here into turn 1. No, he backs out, which is a very smart move.
Yeah, keeps his nose clean.
Tichy driving a bit away for now, but Charlie is on the rear of Will, and he's gonna maybe try and make something happen into the chicane. He's gonna stay clear again. Those soft tires are gonna be really fast on Charlie's car, as he is straight on the rear.
Yeah, Charlie, of course, the lead runner on the fresh set of tyres. And Tichy, crucially, outside of that 1 second window from Dom already. And Dom's going to be coming under pressure from Pipe Tech, and then Will behind him as well.
Yeah, and Dan is still in P10. And Tonka now gets, and it's the same with Yeet Mac. Oh no, he had it before, but Tonka was so sure to gain so much time.
Will down the inside into the Parabolica on Pipe Tech.
Good move by Will there, as he's gonna try and set his foot down and try and move into turn 1 maybe.
I'm just looking at the timing screens right now, and if it stays as it is right now, the podium will be Tichy, Ivica and Dan.
We have an incident behind.
Never mind.
That is gonna be Ivica and Dan, and Dan getting caught up again. Nothing he could do.
Yeah. So now there is the potential for Two Spell to be on the podium if he can get himself within 3 seconds of Will, which would be at 5.5 from the leader. So he's got half a second to find somewhere.
So I just saw
get himself on the
Pipe
podium.
Tech is falling down. I don't know what has happened, but it seems like he has made contact with someone, and Will is now in P2. Um, so everyone is it's really close. We have Techi in the lead, just steering away. And
Yeah,
Spot,
Tichy's got this now, barring an incident or a mistake. It's his to lose.
and
It's
Spot,
going to be.
and
It's the battle for second, really.
yeah, it really
At the
is.
moment, it's Two Spell who's 9th on the road.
He is gonna go few wide, and he just. Oh, it's such a close battle here in the midfield. And it's gonna be very close between Will and Jack, and that's gonna be incident, and that's gonna be Will around. His luck has not changed, and he is without a front wing now, and that
So
is
is
very
Two Spell.
unfortunate. Oh, that is
Crucially though for
very
Two Spell,
unfortunate.
everyone was caught up in that, so he might be able. He might be able to stay with them all and hold this out somehow.
Yeah, that is unfortunately just what happens. But Jack King is gonna try and move on Dummy now. And that's gonna be a huge incident by Dummy into the wall. I do not know what happened there. I think it was lag, maybe? I don't know. That is...
Something big happened, didn't it? That was...
wow.
That was terrifying. I was riding on board with Two Spell,
very lucky.
and he had to dodge the debris there. Spud goes past him, but will be able to give him a tow down the straight.
Yeah,
Two Spell without the front wing has massive straight line speed.
Being overtaken by Tonka now. Tonka, who was in a good shape before, and that's gonna be a bit of archie-barchie between Jack and Charlie. Charlie on the outside. Into the chicane now.
Two Spell still within the window. He's got a second to play with, just under.
If they keep fighting like this, he might be able to do it. It is easy said than done. And Tonka with a 5-10 gap.
He's got DRS though. He's
and
just
no
inside
ERS.
that window.
And it's gonna be Charlie stays behind through Escari and is gonna try and get the exit, and that is gonna be someone wide, and that is Jack King, and it is Charlie going up ahead on the back straight here, and he is gonna be ahead into Parabolic.
It's gonna be so close. I don't think Two Spell's gonna make it.
Titsi wins, and we will see how the podium will look afterwards, and it's gonna be...
Two Spell gets third. Not quite there. Half a second costed him. Front wing definitely cost him a chance at second place. He'll be happy with third though.
Yeah, without a front wing, that is really tricky. Yeah,
it's well worked for him at the end there. Dan managed to recover to P5 as well, to sort of minimise the damage to his championship lead, but
very unlucky day in the office for Dan.
Yeah.
Nothing he did wrong per se. Just things happen.
It just wasn't his day. But it's Tichy though, who takes victory here at Monza.
What a drive. With the 2-soft strategy and with a safety car at the end, and just driving out in the lead on all the tires. That is
great stuff.
Such a great drive.
Great work. Yeah, it's great work from Titch. We've got Charlie in second place, of course. Two Spell in third. And then sorting out all the penalties.
So, Titch winning the race with Charlie in P2. And we got Two Spell in P3. Great drive without a wing, starting from P10. And Charlie starting P15, gaining 13 positions. So Tonka P4, Dan up to P5, and great drive by him after his incidents. So if we are gonna go down,
STLR P6, Jack King P7, Spud in P8, Yeetmax P9. Ivica will take the final point for 10th, then Will in 11th, and then the two classified DNFs, that's Dom and Pipe Tech, and full DNFs for Uga, Alex, Wakanda, Red Panda, and Fracasi.
great drive today from everyone, as it was quite interesting with the crash in the end there. I didn't notice how that happened, but
No, I'm sure we'll see it in the stewards reviews at some point.
interviews is the thing.
Alright, so I'll get some invites sent.
Yes. So, do we take the winner first? That I do not know.
If we sling them all an invite, see who appears and when, and then we'll.
Yeah. So, to spell is gonna need an invite, and we will have who watch Titchy. Is his name just Titchy on?
Yes, it should be.
Oh. I am. Oh, it's with a one. That's why. It's not easy when
And second place was Charlie, wasn't it?
Yeah, Charlie. Getting an invite as well. So invites are sent and they can join the commentator's booth. When they are ready and the heart rate is down.
So while we're waiting for all of those guys to mosey on over and join us, I'll do my plugs.
Yeah.
So we hope you have enjoyed the race tonight. Thank you all very much for watching. Make sure that you check out all our social media channels to keep up to date with everything at Contest of Speed. If you feel you can do better than the two chumps who've just joined the commentary booth, make sure you get yourself signed up. Head over to our Discord channel and complete a registration.
So, I don't know who wants to start, but whoever wants to start, if the other guys would mute, that would be very nice.
Let's go with P3 first. To spell.
Oh,
The Mighty Wizard.
oh yes. Up the hat. Well done, Titch. Well done, Gunter. Last two laps with literally no front wing. I'm not even talking damage. It was gone. Absolutely
No,
gone.
I was watching. I was keeping track of the delta as well. You had it until the parabolic on the last lap.
I hit 248 miles an hour down start finish straight with no wing.
Excellent. That's what we like
Spud
to see.
kept passing me in the corners and then down the straight, so I was just flying by with no ERS.
Yeah, it was so close to being able to get second place. But just talk us through sort of the some of the tactical elements of your race, because obviously you and Titch did separate strategies. You went hards at the first safety car.
Yeah, he stayed out. Titch stayed out, so I went in.
Was it just a split strategy and see what happened?
Yeah, because we didn't know at that point. And then second safety car, I attempted to come back in for soft, because to be honest, the soft can last about sort of 16, 17 laps quite easily, or at least with me. So I was
you and you softly.
But I couldn't, because I was about to go in and then realised that I was like well over the delta, so I'd got a penalty. So we carried on, and then there was a tactical pit stop the first time I went back to soft, because I wanted to block Ivica, because I knew he was my teammate in the garage. and I knew he had to stop, and I had to change my. I had my 5 second penalty to get rid of, which I didn't want to get rid of, but I thought I can block him, and then that will help out Titch.
You gloriously devious scumbag.
And then it came out again, so I was like, I'll go for some pressure softs and we'll just see what happens. And I would have got second, but unfortunately, the car that spun round at turn 1, turn 2, was right in front of me in the massive tyre smoke. So I went round the corner with a wing, and then I didn't have a wing. But thankfully, the game physics punted the other guy out the way who was facing backwards, so I just carried on and was trying to stick in people's slipstream, and I knew everyone else had penalties. Unfortunately, Charlie got slightly away because I couldn't turn around Parabolica, obviously. Well done, Titch. Up the house. Gunter's very happy.
Yes, it's nice to see you back up there, mate. I do miss being teammates with you.
Oh, yeah, we like the devious man.
Yes.
Did you like our livery? I hope you like our livery.
I did approve, yes. There wasn't quite enough red on it for me, but, I did approve.
We were going OG Haas with Gutierrez and Grosjean dark grey.
Ah, proper. Fair play. Yeah, congratulations, mate. P3. Well done. Charlie.
Yes.
He's getting his championship push back on track. You've clawed some points back on Dan today.
Yeah, that was the plan. I knew Dan was starting first, and I was 15th. I had to send everything I had. I didn't know what to do. I think I'd done about 50 pit stops. I went into, I think there was a crash at turn 1 on lap 1, wasn't there? If I believe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I had damage on my front left wing. Pitted, and then it didn't change my wing. So the safety car came out, thank God, and then thought I'll pit again, put the hards back on. They're only that 8% more, so I thought that would do. And couldn't quite catch up. I was still 15 seconds off the pack. And then a few more safety cars come out, and it was kind of a lifesaver, to be honest. But yeah, it was quite interesting. If I didn't have the 3 seconds, it would have been great. But that was in one of the second Lesmo. I got the penalty for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall it was a good race. I took out a spud by accident, so I don't think I'll keep this podium.
Are you saying there's a 1-2 on? There's a 1-2 on.
Don't dangle that carrot in front of him.
So yeah, I don't think I'll be keeping this podium, but it's good to finish second regardless. So, but yeah, it was a good race. 15th. Teacher was gone, couldn't catch him at all. He was way off. But I saw 2 spell, and I was just like, no chance. I'm not having you catch me. So, but yeah,
you're not having him complete his MO. Just avoid everybody and get the podium on penalties.
Yeah, I saw everyone behind me at 3 seconds, and I think Jack King had a 5 seconds, so I wanted to get away from him ASAP because his top speed was insane. But yeah, it was a good race. It was a very good race. I needed the points, really, really needed the points. Even if I get 5th or something, I think Dan finished 6th. So, as long as I can finish in front of him the next couple of races, I think it'd be pretty good, to be honest. I just got to be really good at Monaco. I know Monaco's coming up, so I've got to, sit in this chair for the next week and practice that.
You've got Bahrain next, so.
Yeah, love that track. So, yeah, bring that on.
Yes. But yeah, Dan finished P5, so you've got 13 points, I think, on him today.
Okay. So
is it?
Who finished? Who finished in 4th? What was the gap between 3rd and 4th?
Tom Curry was right behind me.
Yeah, there's about a 10th in it.
I swear I saw 7 seconds somewhere, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, it was 7 to Titch.
Oh, okay. So, well, we'll see. If I get 5 seconds for spud, that won't damage me too much. But
I don't know. It might put you down to about. It might put you down to about 8th.
Oh, will it?
Yeah, it might do. We'll find out, obviously, if and when it happens, but it could potentially be quite a big impact with a penalty that size. I
Yeah.
think it'll be okay.
Well, we'll see. But still, finishing second from 15th, I'm still happy with that, regardless if
Oh,
I'm going to go
yeah,
down
yeah.
to 8th.
No, it was a really good drive, mate. A great recovery
happy.
drive, if nothing else. So,
Yeah, after about 4 pit stops, I believe. So,
yeah, cracking job. Well done, P2.
so
And on to Bahrain. Tiggy!
Hitch.
Hello.
Tiggy!
Hello.
He's done a win.
Can you
Oh,
hear
there's
us?
Mitch.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Nice. You've done a win, Titch.
I did a win on track.
Yeah,
Very
proper.
unlikely.
Pulling
I
out some
don't know why everyone's
strategical.
moaning. I don't know what these incidents people are on about.
They were all behind you, though, weren't they?
I was scared. Got off the last safety car and then I just disappeared.
Mm. Yeah. Everyone kept fighting behind you, of course, all of them with 3-second penalties, just trying to get that position, and you paced out.
That was the buffer I had. I was quite comfortable, but usually I crash when I'm comfortable.
Now, I know you're a man of strategic weirdness when it comes to tyres. Was it always the plan to go soft?
At the start it was soft medium, but then when that opportunity came up, I went soft. And the safety car came at the right time to put the mediums on, which was good. But
yeah. Because I was wondering, you see, because obviously you have a habit of doing something booky with these strategies.
A lot of people would have gone soft, medium, soft.
Mm.
Yeah. No, not me.
No. Don't box you like that.
Yeah.
I'm pleased you've got a victory, Titch. I am. I'm really happy.
Celebratory ham sandwich, so I'm okay.
Oh, lovely.
It's been a good time. It's been a while.
It has. But congratulations, mate. Go and enjoy your celebratory ham sandwich and your bottle of 7-Up. And
he's wise and experienced now. He's in the 30 club. Wise and experienced.
Well, given his recent medical traumas.
2 days ago. Be all right.
Oh, a birthday present for you then.
Yeah.
Victory at Monza. There's nothing better.
Yes. I don't know. The victory at Stamford Bridge he quite liked.
Don't bring this up now. I won't have this slander.
If he was in a Ferrari, it would have been better a win at Monza.
He was in a baby Ferrari.
In a Ferrari.
But yeah, I think we'll let everyone head off and enjoy their evenings. We'll get the stream wrapped up.
Thank you.
Hako, you want to do the honours?
Yes, I would love to do the honors, yes. So,
take it away.